some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, let's take a photo now. Photo now, photo now, photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, I'm preserving beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community. Make sure you lot smash the likes as soon as you come in. You know, this is your daily 10-minute update. We're here every day, 9 to 10 p.m. No days off. We're going to get straight into all the news. Obviously, we got match day tomorrow. So we've got a few news about that as well, plus some transfer news, etc. You know, we're always here. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Let's get straight into it, my peoples. So, boom, we start off with this. Obviously, the boy Cunha, he's back. This is the first time he's going back to Wolves since he left. And yeah, man, hopefully he shines. Remember, when we played them there, he scored a corner kick. The last time we played them at Molineux, he scored a corner kick straight in. And Nana was the keeper, of course. I was there. I was watching the game. It was awful. So, yeah, Cunha hopefully gives the same performance he gave that same day when we played. And then we're going to be wearing the black and yellow away kit. Ain't that a bit similar though? Wolves. So we're wearing the black and they're wearing the orange. Okay, it's okay to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna be wearing our black away. This is our third kit. So we'll see. I don't know if we've lost in that yet or anything, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We've got this. If United do go into the transfer market again in January, it will be to accelerate a deal they had planned for the summer rather than make any panic buys. That's what I've been saying already. How they want to move. They don't want to move how the Glazers used to move, where you get someone you don't really want and then 2-3 years later you get rid of them. They want to just get someone, and if they don't mind getting a loan, someone that comes in for 6 months, does a shift and leaves, someone like Gallagher, they will do it. But Atletico don't want to let him go. They don't want to just buy someone for the sake of buying them. So we'll see, man. They're trying to get believers and all of that in from January, but it seems very unlikely. Andersons, etc. So we'll see what happens. Diego Dallo's come out and he's basically said, I think we've shown this season that we can be an excellent team and that we can beat anyone. Sometimes it's not footballing qualities that make the difference. It has to come from within. It has to come from the anger and the motivation for you to win the matches. We have to be a little bit more obsessed with playing for this club, with winning matches and with winning trophies for this club. It's a process, but I'm not going to start saying that we need time. We have to win right away. The club demands that, and why it sometimes hurts even more when we have the opportunities like this one and we don't win. So obviously he's talking about the West Ham game. We could have won it. We ended up drawing with 6 minutes left. We need to get out of that habit there, and we have to go and really wound Wolves because they've lost every game. They haven't even won a game yet. We can't be Dr. United and help them out. So this is the talks about Ligt. Obviously, Man United's came out and said that Ligt, basically, Amrin gave a little fitness update. I think Ligt's meant to be back tomorrow. Diego Dallo suffered a little something as well against West Ham. I didn't even know about it, but that's why he got subbed off. Was it half time Diego Dallo came off or just after or something? But yeah, apparently he was suffering something. We've got these transfer talks about Man United are one of the clubs keeping a close eye on the development of Ayoub Bawaldi. So he's meant to be a young gem that is the next up-and-coming best midfielder, generational talent. You know how they say. I've seen Arsenal's linked with him, Chelsea's linked with him. There's a few teams linked with him. It's not just us. But there's been little talks about us being linked with him, and this is just another one to basically confirm that we are linked with him. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, Ineos, they do love a young gem. Get him in from early, so we'll see. But he's going to be pricey, this one here. He ain't going to be no cheap. This is the Salah stuff. Obviously, Salah's coming out. We don't think he's going to play for Liverpool anymore. It's a little joke. Salah, left wing back. Who says no? Salah's never coming to United. Let's be serious here. So we'll see. Rob Edwards, the Wolves manager, has obviously done his presser. And this is what he said about it. He said they've got loads of really good players. Like every team, they will have a clear way of playing and we'll be able to have a really good look at it. But I need to focus on us and I need to see us. We've got to turn up. We've got to expect the best Man United to turn up, and we have got to. I don't want to see what we saw on Wednesday first half. So obviously, whatever they had going on in their first, I think they played Villa. Or something. No, they played Nottingham Forest, sorry. I don't even know who they played, to be honest. But they lost again. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. They've been losing and they keep losing. So you're going to see them turn into prime Barcelona against us. You could just see it happening. Sansuni, he's the guy that came in from the Formula One, etc. And he's been basically sorting out the data operation to a next level. The aim is to create a better alignment between the senior and emerging talent scouting departments. Kyle McCauley has been appointed head of senior scouting and will start on the 5th of January. He worked with Vivell at Chelsea and he worked at Brighton as well. So he knows about a 1-2 gem. You got Mitoma from the Japanese league, Caicedo, and who else did he get? Cucurella. His keys are on the right. So he knows about getting these little gems, man. The emerging talent department will have 3 regional leads focusing on the UK, Europe, and the Americas. It has been responsible for the signings of Obi, Aiden Heaven, Diego Leon, and Orozco, who was given a tour of the club last weekend ahead of his 1 million move from Colombian club Fortaleza. So we've already got a few young gems through the door, and we're using the same network. And he's going to come and bring in his little sources and find us some next gems. So you can see where we're going, man. In the future, it's going to be proper dope, where we'll have these kids in the academy. If they're not good enough, they go out on loan or they get sold, and then we get like 30, 40 million. And you're thinking, raw, for academy, this is what City does. And obviously, Jason Wilcox has come from City with Omar Barada. They're bringing that same little thing here. So that's that there. And then we've got Jason Wilcox after the Selhurst Park game against Crystal Palace. He was chatting to journalists on his way out. He urged them to trust the process. So a lot of people seem to think every game that Amarin draws or loses, he's going to get sacked straight away. They're not as reactionary as the fans, let's say. So that's how they're looking at him. Obviously, they will say this anyway, even if they was to sack him. But come on, they don't have to. So it is what it is. This is the little young gem that we was looking at for ages. Dabo spent time on trial with United earlier this season, but he made a positive impression on staff, but did not convince them enough to earn a contract. So there was a lot of talks about we're going to sign this geezer Mohamed Dabo. He's a top player, the next Amad Diallo, blah, blah, blah. But it's emerged in the end that, listen, we're not going to pull the trigger. We're just going to let him go. So we'll see what happens with this little kid. This is the Ugarte stuff now. You got Galatasaray are closely monitoring the situation of Manuel Ugarte, who is reportedly set to part ways with Manchester United. Galatasaray will knock on Manchester United's door for Manuel Ugarte during the January transfer window. Obviously, we've had a few people talk about Ugarte already and said basically like he should be on his way out. It most probably could be January or it could be in the summertime, but he's definitely going to be on his way out. Look at that. Manuel Ugarte's future at Manchester United is looking increasingly bleak. The planned midfield overhaul. That's why that's in the thumbnail. Because this is what's meant to be happening. It means Ugarte being allowed to move on. We know Casemiro's going to leave, but he's leaving in summer for free. 100%. We don't know if Bruno's going to leave, but it's 100%. It's looking like Ugarte, there's no place for him. You barely play. You're coming off the bench. Every time he comes off the bench, we concede within 10 minutes. There's a crazy stat out there. So, yeah, it's looking kind of bleak for Ugarte still. So we'll see what happens with him, man. But Galatasaray are monitoring him. And they want a player like that. They need a player like that's going to be a bit aggressive, etc. And remember, that league is not the same as ours. Do you understand? So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with that situation with Ugarte. And then obviously we've got this about Conor Gallagher, and it basically says, this is from Chris Wheeler, who's very reliable, and he says, if Man United go into the transfer market again in January, it will be to accelerate a deal they had planned for the summer, rather than a panic buy. Same guy saying it again. So Conor Gallagher, unless we want him in the summer, we're not going for him. We just want him on a loan. Just a loan, come in, come out. That's it. That's all we've said that we want for Conor Gallagher and some other loan players. We don't want to get them for nothing. So that's that. And then I'm going to show you, look, this is obviously our results recently. Wolves is next. They haven't won a game at all, mate. Yeah. This is the predicted lineup. Obviously, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be whatever Amrin wants it to be. But this is what they're predicting it to be. So we need to go out there and put the sword to them, man. As you can see from the table, right now we're in 12th, but we win 23, 24, 25. We go joint with Chelsea in 5th. So we need to get the win. Look at Wolves. They're on 2 points. They haven't even won a game. They've conceded 22 goals. That is crazy. No, they're on minus 22. My bad. They've conceded 29 and only scored 7. So that's crazy. We've scored 22 goals. At least we can score goals. So let's go for it, my peoples, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Be back on tomorrow. Smash the likes, my peoples. We're always here for you lot. Love my peoples. Done.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.